dedicated to the storm.
No, not in the slightest. It took my older brother and older sister. In the end, many go to the country beyond the storm.
Someone help! Please! I'm sorry!
The true Demon King has died. The enemy of the world, that filled the horizon with fear, was defeated by an unknown hero. To this day, powerful beings still walk the world in great numbers. Unable to be subdued with ordinary strength, these demons are known as Shura. And so, the people seek a true hero, one who will bring peace to the world. It is now time for such a champion to be chosen.
Wake up, Belay! It's already past noon!
Quiet down, will ya? Bother someone else, you damn brat.
So you can lie here like a deadbeat? You can't just sleep all day?
What's your problem? Alright, let me guess. You've been fighting with your dad again.
No? Where's your bow?
Huh?
These idiots in the village won't stop making fun of me, but I'm gonna show those guys. I'll prove I can pull back this bowstring. They won't laugh at me again.
Give it up already. You're too young to be throwing out your back, Big Squeak.
Your bow's impossible! No one can use it!
Not true. I can.
You wish. You're huge, but it's not like you ever train. I bet you've never even used this thing.
You got a lot of nerve, don't you, boy?
I just don't want you to get slaughtered. Malay, you're going to enter those royal games, aren't you?
Sure am. It'll be no sweat.
But that Rosclay guy will be in Arietia too. And Torowa the Awful. He's like the evil monster in a scary story. You've got no chance at beating those two.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the strongest there is.
You're a lazy bum who naps all day. Rosclay is definitely stronger than you.
Even if you don't think I can beat him, you should root for me. If I win, I'll be rich and we can repair the village from all those lightning strikes. Even replace the watermill out west.
Somebody who's already spent their prize money is never gonna win. Well, you should at least make sure nobody breaks your dumb bow.
You cheeky little pest. That's enough. You should be heading on home. It'll be raining before long.
What? The sky's clear, though.
You just can't see the clouds in the distance. Looks like we'll have a storm again this year. if I could tell you brats apart. Can't a guy rest in peace?
Shut up! The reason we had to come so late is because she doesn't have much time left. Aren't you supposed to be her friend, you jerk?
Is this really goodbye? Such weaklings. Why aren't you minions built tougher?
Lay! I'm so glad you're awake.
I, couldn't sleep. I was over here counting my beard hairs like they were sheep.
I wanted to say that I'm grateful. Our time together was so much fun.
Is that right? Glad you think so. Well, seeing as how you're about to bite it, guess I'll grant your last request. Go on, speak up.
Thank you. Then I want to see the stars, like before.
Oh yeah? One last ride on my shoulder.
I love this village. And I love the stars. They're just so pretty.
If you like the stars, then I'll shoot down some. Decorate your grave with them. If anybody else wants to take in the view, now's your chance.
I want to go! Of course I do! Take me too!
Yeah, I figured as much. It'll look like the stars are close, but you won't know if you can grab one unless you try! Okay.
Hey, Dad, why is Malay going to the Royal Games?
Fair question. The truth is, Malay didn't choose to enter himself. It was the people of the village who decided he'd compete.
They're making him go?
You don't know this, but your friend Malay has never left Sign Riverstead.
What? Seriously?
He spent his life sleeping on that hill, shooting down wyverns for food. You see, Malay isn't like other giants. Most of them spend their days on the road.
Doesn't he want to visit somewhere else?
Probably, yes. That's why we're pushing him to travel. At least for a little while.
Yeah, but Dad, Rosclay's competing at the games. Nobody in the world can beat him.
This might be difficult for you to believe, son, but trust me, Malay is very strong.
Like how strong?
It was about 8 years ago. Remember how the Demon King army almost marched all the way to our village?
Kind of, I think.
You were still small, crying all the time. I was terrified for us. And yet, the sign Riverstead remained untouched. Malay stood on top of his hill every day, towering over the Demon King army. The look in his eyes was so fearsome. He never had to fire a single arrow.
You mean they never attacked because they were so scared of Malay?
Amazing, right? Our Malay is a powerful warrior, one who stood against the true Demon King, and still always makes time to play around with you kids. Protects us, all while keeping our children and village entertained. Despite everything he does for us, the only thing we can offer him as a show of our thanks is 2 iron arrows every year.
Do you think that Malay can beat Rosclay?
Of course.
But hold on. He's never shot his bow. Not once my whole life.
Ah, you just haven't been looking. Come. You've got a clear view tonight.
Shooting star... Are you saying...
Yes. Those arcs of light in the night are clay arrows made with craft arts. He fires them across the sky at such speed that the clay itself is set ablaze.
Amazing. Maybe he is strong enough to beat Rosclay.
Ah, darn it. That one was close. With my aim up, maybe I'm overestimating the range. Not that I care or anything. But I will get you. You will shine on her grave, I swear.
He is the one whose colossal frame expands into the heavens, whose unmatched eyesight pierces the horizon. The one whose godly precision can alter the course of a raging current with a single draw of his bow. He unleashes destructive power that cannot be defended against or evaded, and annihilates anything that stands in his path. His arrows traverse distances beyond mortal comprehension, becoming comets in the sky. An archer A gigant. He is Malay the Horizon's Roar.
The pursuers are Old Kingdom loyalists. Did the plan get leaked? This area is teeming with minions. We're too conspicuous.
The 13 who just crossed the bridge are approaching fast.
No. It's 14. And they're decoys. 5 other loyalists have slipped into the crowd. They're trying to blend in. Tracheal penetration. 6 cervical vertebrae.
Another just started in your direction.
Northwest of me, right? Increased breathing rate. He's noticed me.
Girl, I was spotted by the soldiers on the bridge. We should get out of here quickly.
Don't make any suspicious movements, Kune. Stay low. We don't want the loyalists to find out you exist. It would be a pain.
Sure, I know what that means. You're worried about me, right?
I'm worried about everything. When my life's at stake, at least.
Did we lose them?
Who can say? I'm positive they know who I am, though.
Wow, your clairvoyance lets you see so much more than me.
If they're smart, they'll send in someone stronger than I am.
Impossible. No one's stronger than you.
You can find them here and there. It seems like everyone's trying to kill me. In the past, I wouldn't have needed Kune to be an extra set of eyes. I used to perceive everything. But my clairvoyance isn't what it once was. My ability is fading away. One day, I'll be as blind as the rest of the world. Kurl the Cautious. You're from Ariatia?
A pleasure. I'm the 17th Minister, actually. Aurelia, the Red Tag. Thank you for taking my request. I'm sure it hasn't been easy.
What's this sensation? I didn't expect to be met by one of the 29 officials.
I'm in the tactical squad. Infiltrating enemy territory is an important part of my job. Plus, make no mistake, Oriatia understands what you have to offer. A warm greeting was necessary. We need you. The shrewdest member of the Obsidian Eye Spy Guild. Kuro the Cautious.
I'm just a detective these days. I believe I've eluded my pursuers. But I should leave the city. Shall we?
Everything is prepared. We likely won't be able to avoid highway checkpoints, so I'm afraid we'll have to travel the marshland.
It was pouring rain not 2 days ago. The wheels could get stuck in the mud.
This carriage is suited for hazardous terrain. A shallow swamp will be no trouble at all.
It must be similar to the carriages the Obsidian Eyes favor.
You're leaving your homunculus behind. Will she be okay? From what I'm told, she stays at your side, always.
Then you do know about her. Out, Kune. We're safe. Kune the Wanderer. Ariatia is a minion state, but I'd like her to join me there.
Nice to meet you.
Wow, I can't believe I'm looking at a homunculus with wings of all things. Why the rare modification?
No idea. She won't harm you. Though you may not believe that.
She seems friendly. Don't worry, I'll allow her to enter Ariatia.
Really?
Thank you. In truth, Kune is quite important to my work.
Hooray! This is wonderful news. It's fine. We're staying together.
Is that entire mob trying to find you?
That's right. Around a year ago, people from the Old Kingdom started infiltrating the upper ranks of Togie City. Given their quickly growing numbers, it's a safe bet that they plan to move against you.
Yes, we're well aware. I expect that they'll end up being far more difficult to deal with than with you.
Not here.
Affiliation? I thought we'd been over this.
On your way.
There's no need for your concern. Only someone like you who has the power of clairvoyance would be able to hear our conversation from outside.
Forgive me. I've been cautious since birth.
The Old Kingdom's power is growing, but I doubt they have the means to block our passage. They need more influence over the Council and common folk. They're nowhere near the level of the new Principality of Lithia. Taran the Guarded held sway.
Minister. Suppose we had been caught in the city. What would you have done then? My methods are precise. I can't best 100 opponents at once.
I made quite certain you wouldn't be in that position.
This marshland, you know why there are no highways through here. We're in worm country. If one of them attacks, the whole carriage could be swallowed. Is that why you've got someone riding on the roof?
There's that legendary clairvoyance at work.
Rhythmic breathing. Is he asleep? Yes, I know. I spoke too loudly. My fears have become reality. We have a worm. Cune, can you keep watch from the back of the carriage for us?
What will you do?
When it opens its mouth, I'll shoot the nerve cluster in the back of its throat. That should slow it down for a moment.
No, that won't be necessary. Someone else is in the job.
Damn, you're ugly!
Then he got within striking range. He slashed through the creature's right atrium.
Well, that was boring. You're big, but you got no skill.
Lithia may have fallen, but a lot of her children still walk free. Smart Money says Ariatia has a big problem with that. So I'm guessing you're not just here on a social call, huh, Kuro?
I don't plan to be here long. Just long enough to make sure everyone's adapting well to the new order.
And you think they'll listen to you because you're one of us?
Is it true some Lithian soldiers made for the Old Kingdom after the Great Fire?
You're the one with clairvoyance, kid. You tell me. What's the problem? Why is a former Obsidian Eye asking for intel? You some kind of detective now?
Word is they had help. Somebody with ties to the Old Kingdom. Sound familiar? Know any Lithians with those kinds of connections?
Whoever they are, they're a real idiot. Sure, they both hate Ariatia, but that's where the similarities end. The Old Kingdom is just that. They don't tolerate non-minions the way we do. Wonder why someone would go risking their life like that. What reward is worth that kind of trouble? You hear Lana the Moon Tempest is dead? Found her on the edge of town in a sorry state. Gave her a proper burial. Imagine my surprise when I found out she was working for Ariatia. How quickly we throw away our ideals. Being an Obsidian Eye was supposed to mean something. That's why I signed up. Fought tooth and nail for a world where people like me could live freely. Was all of that for nothing?
We lost, plain and simple. No use dwelling on the past now, is there? I'm done with that life. Done with the killing. Bloodshed. I don't care about ideologies or ideals. I just want to live my life in peace.
With all the bodies you dropped, I'd say it's a bit late for that, wouldn't you? You're going straight to hell, kid.
It was you who helped those soldiers, wasn't it? Now I see. You thought the poison would affect me faster because of my smaller stature.
Sure took you long enough to notice. You're losing your clairvoyance, aren't you?
What was that? Say that again. Tell me more about my clairvoyance.
Don't get so mad. I know damn well I can't beat you. Even I'm not that full of myself.
What is the old kingdom planning? And why do I have this feeling that everything we know is about to fall to ruin?
No, they didn't tell me anything. I'm just a man-eating ogre after all. Why would they trust me?
Can't argue with that, can I, Sisma? Still, the old Kuro would have taken you out the moment you released the poison. If anyone ever finds out that my clairvoyance is slipping away, I'll end up just like Sisma.
Are you done with the job Miss Elia gave you? You were visiting with an old friend, weren't you?
I'm not sure it's fair to call him a friend. How shall I repay you for keeping watch?
Oh, I want some fruit!
Is that really all you want? I envy you.
Why's that?
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
What?
We need someone to confirm the whereabouts of any residents who've recently returned to Itarki. That's the job. Take it or leave it.
Easy enough. Oh, wow. What a huge mansion. Is it abandoned?
Hi, I'm here on behalf of the Council of Lords. I'm conducting a census.
I see. Well, I appreciate your hard work. It's nice to meet you. My name is Linares. Do you mind if I ask your name?
Sure, my name is Shirok the Sexton. So, do you live here all by yourself, or...?
Forgive me, Shirok. I can't help but notice you're injured.
Huh? Oh, weird. I didn't realize.
Please, allow me to treat you inside. I would hate to think you were harmed by one of my roses. Really, it's the least I can do.
I really shouldn't.
I insist. Accept my offer and allow me to tend to your wounds. Are you alright, Master Shirok?
Yes, I'm fine. You've been very kind.
Excuse me while I prepare some hospitality. You'll have to forgive me. This mansion has no servants.
So you live here alone, then?
My father is here too. Anyway, I'll be right back. By all means, make yourself at home.
Come on, Shirok, get a grip, will you? You barely know a thing about this girl.
If you don't mind my asking, how recently did you return to Itarki?
I got back around the same time as everyone else. A little after the true Demon King was defeated. I was so sure I would die in battle. But somehow I survived.
Not many did. You must have felt awfully lonely.
I know just how lucky I am, but saying it feels a bit disrespectful to all the victims, don't you think?
Perhaps. I guess my point was that I can relate.
How so?
My family. It might not look it, but we lost a great deal at the hands of the true Demon King. The truth is, my father's the only family I have left.
May I ask your father's name, Linares?
Obsidian. His name is Reinhardt the Obsidian.
Obsidian? As in the Obsidian Eyes?
I'm sorry, is something the matter?
No. Is that really his name?
It is, I promise. There would be no sense in me lying to you. Okay, my turn. Tell me, why is it that you're conducting this census?
It was something to do with the literate nobles creating a registry, I think?
In that case, would it be alright if I asked a favor of you, Shira?
Sure. I don't see why not.
If it's true that there are nobles in the city who can read, take this and see that it reaches them safely.
I'll see what I can do. Though I'll warn you, depending on how it's written, they may or may not be able to translate it.
Yes, that's more than reasonable. All the same, try your best, won't you? For me.
Absolutely. I'll bring it back right away. Will I see you again?
If you'd like to, then yes. You know, I'm rather embarrassed to admit this, but you see, I've been so lonely here. And it's been so very long.
As long as it's written in noble script, I should be able to identify the lineage and decipher it. Look here, though, Shirok.
There's nothing on it? But why would she?
Let's just focus on the facts at hand.
But she was there, I promise.
And yet the Obsidian Eyes were completely wiped out. We owe a great deal of our understanding of the world to the visitors. But do you know which revelation in particular I find to be the most groundbreaking? Epidemiology. The notion that diseases are carried by tiny invisible living organisms. Fascinating, isn't it?
Why exactly are you bringing this up?
Because I need you to understand the nature of vampires. There's something you should know. There's a rumor about the Obsidian Eyes. That their leader Reinhardt's lineage is vampiric. A species whose true nature eluded us for some time. Vampires are a disease. Their true form, as it were, is the pathogen in their blood. What's worse, they're able to infect others by way of open wounds and mucous membranes. They turn these infected into their slaves, who cannot resist the pheromones of the parent. We refer to these thralls as corpses.
Corpses?
Now then, do you understand your predicament? It's important that you grasp the gravity of the situation.
The gravity? Are you saying that Linares is a corpse?
No, you are.
Sorry, come again?
I had your blood checked earlier. I'm afraid you're infected and have become a corpse.
Liar! You're just trying to scare me! How am I talking if I'm dead?
Corpse is a bit of a misnomer. They're not dead, but they do follow orders, whether or not they realize they were given any.
It can't be. Was she lying to me? From the very start?
Vampires can be both cunning and manipulative. In the case of Linares and her father, they represent an existential threat to the minion races. Can I trust you to cooperate, or can't I? We'll be relying on you to guide us to the mansion, Shirok. However, your arms will stay bound. And I will monitor the condition of your pupils.
Right.
Given you're still likely in the early stage, her manipulation should be limited. Now then, let's hunt down some obsidians.
Is it true that vampires have a weakness to sunlight?
Generally speaking, yes, but it's not enough to hinder their movement.
Linares!
It would seem that your information has proven quite valuable. As a show of gratitude, I'll assist you in securing admission to a hospital.
Shirok the Sextant. We found 2 burned bodies. Would you like to see them?
No.
For what it's worth, I understand what you're going through. One's first love is always the brightest, but it burns out twice as fast. Trust me, this was never meant to be.
I don't need your consolation.
Well, that's the truth. Anyway, I leave for Arietia in the evening. I'll take you to the hospital on the way.
Thanks, I appreciate it. What the?
Guards! Minister! Eyes open! Corpses among us!
Hold still, will you?
Quick, grab his weapon!
Just dead. Oh, I was infected.
They must have been planted from the start, and they're active because there's a parent nearby.
Wait, there are more corpses! Everyone, to check each other's pupils!
Linares, are you there? If you consider Shirok the Sextant a friend, please show yourself! Is this who you really are? What you want? Linares!
Master Shirok.
Linares.
It's nice to see you again. I hope you'd return to me. If I'd only known you were so cruel. You led these men to my home to kill me.
That girl must be the parent. You mustn't let her speak. Shoot her!
You cannot shoot me. Ainu the distant mirror.
Shoot her!
She's controlling everyone despite having made no physical contact. But how is that possible? What is her secret? What am I missing?
Impossible! The virus is airborne?
Obsidian. Linares. You are the real Obsidian. I didn't want to believe it, but...
Heavens no. That title belongs to my father. I wouldn't dare disrespect his legacy like that. The Obsidian Eyes are the result of his tireless work, after all. Forever powerful. Forever prosperous. Forever forward as we guide this world to the proper future.
But Linares, your father is...
My father's Obsidian Eyes will never truly be closed. Everything will go back to how it was, you'll see. And this is how it will begin. Reveal yourselves, my unyielding champions. Come forth and make yourselves known.
I am the 5th Vanguard, Zeljirga the Abyssweb, at your service.
I am the 7th Vanguard, V's the variation.
I'm the 4th Vanguard, Hierarchy the Tower. 1st Vanguard, Lena the Obscured.
The 4th Rearguard, Ray the Waking.
Damn you wretched ghosts!
As you can see, we are very much alive, Minister. And I assure you, this is only the beginning. Ainu the Distant Mirror, you will return to Arietia as planned, and recommend us for the Royal Games. Together, and in the name of my father, we will return this world to a glorious age of war.
What makes you think that I would ever agree to such a thing?
My dove, you've been obeying me from the very beginning.
This has to be some kind of mistake. My injury was an accident. You never manipulated me. You said you were lonely. I was going to come back to you. Am I not good enough?
Master Shirok, I thank you. You were kind to me and treated me like a normal girl. I'll always remember you. Goodbye, Shirok.
She is the one who possesses the meticulous cunning of a spider, seizing upon all who are caught in her web. The one who mutated her own blood-borne pathogens, allowing her to spread her infection on a diabolical scale. The one who commands the greatest secret organization the world has ever known, comprised of unrivaled warriors from far and wide. Bound by her will, this wicked coterie lurks in the shadows, awaiting the call of their one true master. Scout, vampire, she is Linares the Obsidian.
It would seem Togier City has been placed under martial law by the Old Kingdom loyalists.
If you're going to waste my time with a summons, at least bring news of a decisive battle.
You don't suppose they're angling for an alliance? That's certainly one way to force our hand. But who?
No. There's only one thing they're counting on to tip the scales in their favor. The weather. Within the Yamaga Barrens, there exists a phenomenon known as the particle storm. It's a voracious sandstorm that annihilates anything and everything it engulfs. At present, it seems to be moving in the direction of Oriatia. Currently, we're compiling reports and implementing countermeasures.
Hey! Don't you think it's a little strange that it's heading directly for Ariatia? And right when we're on the brink of a major war, no less? A little too convenient, if you ask me.
Our source is known as the Grey-Haired Child. And before you ask, Mizil, yes, he is quite reputable. Of course, we'll be verifying all the same.
If this storm is being manipulated, we can't afford to waste any time. Any updates on the Obsidian Eyes?
All remaining members of the Obsidian Eyes have been accounted for.
Are the rumors true that you're considering letting those who cooperate participate in the Imperial competition?
Their offer was compelling. You'd be surprised at just how persuasive they can be.
Next, I have something special. These derive from the distant world, where they're known as bolt-action weapons. I could sing their praises, but a demonstration will be faster. Be sure to note the rate of fire. It's unmatched. It's also awfully easy to aim.
That's impressive. I've never seen such a weapon.
According to rumor, Alice the Star Runner used a gun to kill Toro the Awful.
You mean to say that legendary swordsman was no match for a firearm?
What's the market like for these? Even if I get a good deal on your guns, I'm broke if I don't have any buyers.
I assure you these will move. The Old Kingdom loyalists are itching to take a stand against Oriatia. Simply show them that your wares will help stack the odds in their favor.
You're suggesting we sell to the Old Kingdom?
A wise man would turn around and sell to their enemies, too. War is in the air, and the market favors those who show ambition. Let's be ambitious.
The Old Kingdom would provide us with a formidable market.
May be a boon against Ariation archers.
I'm in!
600 for me! I can move 1,000 easy!
This has been a pleasure. From now on, we'll prosper together. I'm sure of that. It's going to take more than a few crates of fancy weapons to start a war. We need a spark.
Hey.
Elgite. You're extremely punctual.
Of course I am. Dealing with the gray-haired teacher, aren't I? Have you considered what we talked about?
Can you pull it off, though? That's the question.
Sure. I'll steal the enchanted swords Toro and the Awful left behind. You'll get me in tight with the Old Kingdom.
Happily. Here, a gift.
What is this thing?
Something new we've developed. Small but powerful.
You got some guts. You sure it's a good idea to arm an outlaw?
Why wouldn't it be? We're on the same side.
You know, you got a funny way of playing peacemaker for somebody trying to kickstart a war.
Simply looking ahead. Everything is about to change. The age of equality looms on the horizon.
Toro the Awful is dead. His enchanted swords are up for grabs. And tonight, we're gonna take them. They're just sitting there, unguarded.
Boss? You're sure that devil is in the ground? I don't want to risk my life because of some rumor.
Listen up. Forget the legends you've heard about Toro. You got a job to do.
Some weapons doom those who wield them, and enchanted swords are among such cursed objects. Their owners will inevitably meet the Reaper, and his name is Toro the Awful. This is an inescapable law of nature that existed long before the true Demon King appeared.
Haven't heard back from the 4 men I sent around the west side. Stay on your guard.
Sir, look, there's one now.
Stop there. Explain. What happened to the other 3? Is it the curse? Damn it, stop spouting nonsense. Some other bandits must have gotten to them before we had the chance.
Now say you the burning blade.
You have no talent for using enchanted swords. You're too kind-hearted. That allows the weapon's will to influence you, interfering with your own techniques.
Fine. Then I'll ignore their will and focus on my own. That sound good, Dad? So, you're fine with me not becoming the Grim Reaper?
I'll be the last one. It ends with me.
I mean, people will still fight over your swords. Maybe they shouldn't even exist.
That's what I thought too, at first. But then, I learned how naive I was. People will always find something to fight over.
You don't know that. Think of every war that could have been avoided if enchanted swords hadn't been used.
I've killed witnesses who were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Innocent civilians, even. Oh, so people would fear the curse of the enchanted swords. I wouldn't act so rashly now. Listen to me, Ekon. No amount of regret or penance can bring back the lives you take.
Come on, Dad. I'm not saying you were wrong. You've lived a noble life.
Noble. From above? No. You'll attack closer to the ground. Under the tree line. There he is. With a gun. Tell.
You're good. Rotten soil sun.
He anticipated my silent blade. So be it. I'll put my life on the line one more time. It's not as though it has any worth. Fire magic. He's probably fighting with the assumption he'll be able to defend against my scythe. But he's wrong. After all, I'm Torowa the Awful.
I'll take that. Kyo's hand.
Dad, wait, I'm coming! No, you can't die! Just breathe! Dad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I swear, I'll get that enchanted sword back. I'm going to take your place. The name, everything.
You're gone, son. Thank you.
Downpours needle, pushing the howling blade. Wail sever. Yadaimel the minute hand. Wicked sword self-esque. Vajgir the frost venom blade. Inrate the sickle of repose.
Toro is dead. Who are you?
Which enchanted sword would you like to meet?
He is the one whose skills evoke ancient tales of horror, and whose strength far surpasses them. The one who wields countless enchanted swords, meticulously collected over generations. The one who transcended his original self, and mastered the secret techniques of each of his fearsome blades. He is death incarnate, a swordsman who climbs from the depths of the underworld to collect cursed souls.
Alice, the Star Runner, I'm coming to reclaim what you stole.
Grim Reaper, dwarf, he is Torowa the Awful.
Watch over her. Please protect her. I beg you. Bless her. Keep my daughter safe.
This heat source is hindering my scans. Shall I destroy it?
You like that? I'm way stronger than you. Are you a living thing? This one? Why? Will something bad happen if he dies? You could just replace it with something better! Leave us be! Go away! Nice try! But I told you, I'm tough! I am Master Lexo! And I am Lord Thundertail! Did you hear me, never held up? I'm stronger than you! My one made me in shape!
From Risha to the Eyes of Harrison, bubbles floating in gold. End of the waterway, clear the void. Burn!
You're not listening! You don't get it!
Target eliminated. Gathering proof of destruction. Stand by, Father.
Hold on a second. I recognize that heat ray. It's my design. Everyone keeps copying my stuff.
Mine is far more agile than the cumbersome design you used in your Nagan dungeon golem. Thus concludes the match. Shall we compete another way? Self-proclaimed Demon King should have options.
Moving on already.
Yes, this contest is decided.
Oh, you funny man. We're not done.
Oh, something up your sleeve?
I'm Kiyazuna the Axel, and I named my child Mestel Axel Invincible. Wings vanish into ashes, overflow the skin into the sky, imitate small twinkling stars.
From Risha to the Eyes of Harrison, bubbles floating in gold. End of the waterway, clear the void. Burn!
A multi-layered defense to shield against the heat. It's figured out a way to block my reship's attack, even though it only saw the blast once.
It learns from death. That's one of its features. Golem regeneration. It can reconstruct itself, even in the direst of situations.
Nope, try again! I'm not ready!
Attempting to eliminate the entity inside the armor.
That won't work anymore! Know why?
So the core was a homunculus. How interesting.
Was? Do you think you've won?
Divide the 64 lattices or citizens
The second feature, homunculus regeneration. As you might guess, it too can reconstruct itself no matter the circumstances.
It doesn't matter what you do! I will die!
To think the golem itself has the ability to chant word arts. How did you manage to create such a machine?
I told you they're not machines. They're my beloved children. That's not a facetious statement. My children are born out of sincerity.
Do your work! Never know that!
able to regenerate. But that won't help it when it's stuck at the bottom of the ocean. I'm victorious after all.
Crumbling in mud, devour heat. Once it becomes proof of new transmission, those two, action and coiling rotation, remove the from reship to the eyes of Arasaka, bubbles floating in gold. End of the waterway.
It can't be.
Mestel is always able to recreate Axel, and in turn, Axel can rebuild Mestel anywhere within the reach of their voices.
You mean they took turns generating a new body and returned to land? Reshipped. Your father has lost. Stop battling and return to me at once.
The third feature, Mestel Axel. Show up.
Penetrate GAU 19B.
Visitors, those born in the distant world, will never be able to use word arts. But the thing is, they know of so many weapons. Haven't you ever wondered what would happen if they could use craft arts to create them?
Hey, Azuna, you aren't suggesting...
I got my hands on a visitor who had once been a scholar. They made the perfect base for a homunculus, a being that can use word arts.
I'm defeated. But if you'll indulge me, I'm curious. Why didn't the heat ray burn the homunculus inside the armor?
The fourth feature is what ensured my victory. A two-way spell. Mestel and Axel cannot be killed at the same time.
Hey, look! I protected a tiny human! Let us go! There's no reason to hurt us! I just came here to show her the sea. I won't tell anyone about this. What? For me? For real? Oh, I can't believe this. It's so pretty. I love it.
He is the one who uses word arts that distort the concept of self, that let him breathe his own life into existence. He is the one that is two, a pair who can regenerate each other and cannot be killed simultaneously. With each death and rebirth, he gains knowledge from another world, with no limit to how much he might learn. He is the perfect combat lifeform, whose invincibility is affirmed by the logic of inevitability.
Wait up! Look, isn't it nice?
A flower? No. You hand that over. This is wrong. Observe. You have to take better care of it.
Creator, architect, golem, homunculus. He is Mestel Axel, the box of desperate knowledge.
Come, let's go. There's another fight.
Another one? Will it be like the soldiers from before?
This will be far more fun than fighting old kingdom fools. You'll kill the particle storm.
You there! State your business.
I heard General Gilmas was recruiting soldiers. Is that true? I'd like to sign up.
You look like more than a soldier, friend. Do you have an intermediary? Or a letter of introduction?
No.
Then turn back at once. Access to Tokie City is restricted.
Really? Oh, can you make an exception? I came all this way.
I said turn back! Be gone!
Is something the matter?
Sir, this individual here was trying to join the Royal Army.
Oh, well, why haven't you let him in yet? He's here on my recommendation, after all. I planned to walk him in personally to meet the assistant staff officer, but as luck would have it, my arrival was delayed, sorry.
But I don't understand. This individual claimed they had no intermediary.
Oh, I see the misunderstanding. They simply meant I wasn't here yet. Elkite, I'm so sorry about this. You've come all the way from the White Mountains. I'm sure you must be tired. Shall I escort you to town?
Why are you helping me?
On the contrary, you're the one helping me. considering how things have played out, if you were to take your leave now, let's just say it would be hard to account for. Can I trust that you're on board?
You know who I am, don't you? Are you some kind of general here?
I'm flattered, but no. I'm merely a visitor who happens to have dealings with the Old Kingdom loyalists, and nothing more. But I'm forgetting your other question, aren't I? Yes, of course I know who you are. You are Toro the Awful, in the flesh. Strange though, you're supposed to be dead.
By the Star Runner's hand. So how does this work? Can you really get me into the Old Kingdom's army?
Yes, although I'm curious, why are you so interested in joining? What could you possibly stand to gain by it?
Alice the Star Runner is in Arietia. I aim to take him on and recover my luminous blade. Mark my words. I will reclaim that which was taken from me.
Admirable. If that's what you wish, I'm happy to help with your enlistment. However, I cannot guarantee where you'll be deployed, and you may well never be sent to Arietia.
What do you mean? Are you saying that there's a chance I won't get to fight the Star Runner? As in, at all?
Sorry. In the chaos of war, there are few things we can control. Alice could fall, or the blade could go missing, and you might never find out.
I see. Still, if I don't enter the ranks of the Old Kingdom...
Then you may never learn the whereabouts of Chadijusia the Blasting Blade. Don't look so surprised. The Blasting Blade possessed by General Gilness is a well-known rumor. Though regarding that particular blade, I'm afraid it's no longer here. Actually.
Hang on. Aren't you allied with the Old Kingdom loyalists? It makes no sense for you to tell me about the Blasting Blade.
In a sense, I certainly do business with the Old Kingdom, yes. However, I'm not what you would call a loyalist. For instance, right now I'm far more invested in forming an alliance with you.
You knew I would be there at that gate, didn't you? Where did you get that information? Was it the outlaws?
Well, of course it was. And if you're asking whether I knew what they were planning, yes, I did.
So you're the reason they attacked me?
In my defense, I'd heard that Toro the Awful was dead. And yet, there you were, bounding out of the darkness to slaughter them all.
Why did you really make contact? Was it because you knew I was after the Blasting Blade?
With respect, you're not a difficult man to track. Suffice to say, you don't exactly blend in. My turn. How did you manage to kill all those enchanted sword wielders? Better question. Is the legend of Toro the Awful truly the work of just one person?
That's right. Just one.
Incredible. Well, I think this could prove to be a fruitful arrangement. Align yourself to me, and I can provide information and safe housing.
Forget it. I was wrong to think this was a good idea. It doesn't matter which army I fight for if I spend my time cutting down strangers. Then I'm nothing more than part of the problem. I may as well hand out my enchanted blades while I'm at it. If I'm not wielding my enchanted blade in a manner befitting Toro the Awful, then there's no point. I appreciate your offer, nonetheless.
While it is unfortunate that I can't be of more help, if nothing else, I hope our conversation has benefited you in some way.
I guess this is where I get off then, considering our negotiations have fallen through.
Any other prospects besides this one?
Well, I don't intend on letting the Star Runner roam free. I'll have to think of a way of drawing him out. As for the Blasting Blade, it's regrettable, but...
You should know Chadijusia the Blasting Blade has been stolen.
Stolen?
It's the reason security in Tokyo City has been so tight. After word of the theft got out, the city council took action, using the attack as pretext.
So who has it now?
Kiyazuna the Axel, a self-proclaimed demon king. If you so desire, I'd be more than happy to tell you where she went.
I'm curious. Why are you going this far to help me?
You know, that's a very good question. I suppose I'm just a bit too good at my job. I take a liking to someone, and the next thing you know, here we are.
So, this particle storm thing. I'm guessing that it's some sort of typhoon or drought, right? It's just weather. So what's the point of bringing this many soldiers with us, and what exactly are they here to do? Feels like a waste.
You know we're not here to sightsee. There is work to do. We're here to assist with the evacuation. We'll also be assisting with material transport and guiding reconstruction efforts.
I don't know. Still feels like an awful lot of manpower. Wonder if it's this hard to work for the old kingdom.
Focus up. You need to take this seriously. I have a lot of other responsibilities, and you're in charge when I'm not available.
Fine, then I want some answers. Why are the soldiers really here? I'm guessing driving out the merchants wasn't just for the evacuation?
Correct. Our goal is to occupy the entire area without any residents being placed at risk. Furthermore, our advantage here relies on the utmost secrecy.
I guess it's not that far-fetched to think any one of those merchants could be a spy for another faction.
According to Jelki, our gray-haired friend believes that the particle storm will deviate east right after passing Gumina. It will then pass through the Sine Riverstead and go around the mountain range. Eventually, we'll come to Arietia.
If this thing's a threat to Arietia, then a podunk town like Sine Riverstead's going to get wiped out.
An outcome we are very much hoping we can prevent. In any case, just think of all the goodwill you'll earn by helping them out.
I honestly don't care about their gratitude, but you've made your point. Talk about a pain.
What's our status?
All residents evacuated.
You two, back to your posts, and keep your eyes on the ravine.
Sir!
Security's too tight. I'd never make it in. At least for now.
There's no one else around but Arietian soldiers. Hey, Kuro, why don't you rest for a little bit? You were told to arrive fully rested for the operation, right?
We can never be too careful, Kine. My eyes aren't what they used to be. I can't rely on my clairvoyance anymore. It's funny. I used to be able to see with my eyes closed. But now, it's like parts of the world are missing.
Come now. I really don't think that's going to happen. Hey, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, what would you know about that?
I'm just saying you should try and lighten up.
Besides what? Arietia plans to eliminate the particle storm. They think I'm their trump card. The only thing these people care about is my clairvoyance. And you're not needed for that.
Well, I want to stay with you anyway.
I have a bad feeling about this. You should escape while you can.
Don't talk like that, Kuro. If something horrible were to happen to you, I couldn't go on living. So just let me protect you like I always have. Please.
Oh, shut up, will you? Just think about it. How are you supposed to protect me? Fine. We can continue our contract. What would you like as your reward?
We can worry about that later, okay? It's not something I need right now anyway.
I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid of killing. So then, why am I still fighting?
What? What happened here? Yeah, didn't this used to be a hill? And why does this whole place reek of death? I'm not sure I want to know the answer to that. Look here. There are bits of plant and animal mixed in with the sand. I think what we're smelling is decay. No doubt the result of the particle storm. Anything that used to be here is gone. Reduced to nothing, like it never existed.
You sure have taken a liking to that blasting blade, haven't you, Mestel Axel?
Oh yeah! This thing is the best! It makes things explode!
It's quite the treasure, isn't it? Hard to fathom how those old kingdom weaklings ever got their grubby hands on something so powerful. Probably wish they hadn't, though, seeing as we just blew them all up with it.
Did you see me? They were like stars! And then I sent every one of them flying!
Nicely done, Mestel Axel. You got spunk for an immortal. You don't suffer the limitations of a homunculus lifespan. And unlike a golem, you have no life seal. This world is yours for the taking, whether you're claiming an enchanted sword or facing off against the particle storm itself.
Yeah! Oh, hit him up! Oh, this is it! The
air current, right?
Down! The air current! It's coming from that direction!
By my calculations, the particle storm should be nearby. And lucky for us, my chariot golem seems up to the task. Between my piloting and your keen senses, we should have no problem keeping up with it.
Wow, my sibling is amazing! We can go chariot!
I'm sure this grudge of mine doesn't mean much to you, kid. But if you'd lived back then, you'd have had 1,000 brothers just like you. Heck, I even had a country of my own. A country of golems.
1,000 brothers, and one had a country? That's amazing!
That it was, kid. But at the height of my power, it was all taken from me. And as for your brothers, I'm sorry to say they were slaughtered. Oh, because of that particle storm. That miserable anomaly came out of the desert and destroyed everything. Whenever a country becomes too powerful, that damn particle storm comes to crush them. You ask me, it's the rottenest disaster on the planet. What's wrong with being powerful? Technology is immortal. Science never waits. Whether it's the particle storm or the whole damn world, my son is unkillable.
Just leave it to me, Mom! I'm the strongest who ever lived! I'll make your dreams come true! That's a promise!
Sounds good, but only until you come up with some dreams of your own, you hear? When you know you can't die, I bet granting wishes comes easy. I bet it's practically second nature. Huh? Who's this idiot?
Whoa, another sword!
A sword? Quite the greeting. You got some nerve, musclehead.
You will hand over the blasting blade.
He looks strong! And he has a sword! This is the best day!
If you plan to keep living, state your name.
Toroa the Awful.
Begin observation report. Kiyazuna the Axle and her golem escort are engaged in combat with an unidentified swordsman. From what I can see, he's using an enchanted sword. Multiple. They're taking too long. If this fight drags on, the particle storm will arrive.
Hey, Kuro. That looks like Toro the Awful, doesn't it?
Do you think that monster could have been brought back to life somehow? If it's a revenant, it should have no heartbeat. Yet I can hear it as plain as day.
Weird. Huh. Well, in that case, maybe it's an imposter or a man who just happens to have enchanted swords.
If only we were so lucky. See for yourself. There's a monster right there wielding enchanted swords like it's nothing. It can only be Toroa. He's alive.
Gear the Frost Venom Blade. The moment its edge makes contact, frost-like crystals corrode all life. Not even a golem is safe from its bite.
Making me use craft arts, are we? That's it. Now you're pissing me off. Hey, Master Axel, watch his blade. Those crystals are more dangerous than you think.
Oh, wait! Whoa! That's my arm! Whoa, wow! My arm is gone!
I plan to take more than your arm. I've come for your life.
Oh, yeah! Wow! I'm not done fighting yet!
I managed to miss the life seal somehow. If so, then where is this golem's core? No matter. I'll just keep carving into it until it relinquishes the blasting blade.
Hey, Toroa! I was wondering, who's your mom?
What?
You can call me Master Axel. I was made by my mom. You were made by your mom too, right, Toroa? I bet she's amazing because you're super strong.
I am Toroa the Awful. That's all. Now hand over the blasting blade. It tried to transfer the crystals to me? Can it control even the parts that have been cut off?
From Exo to Mesto, kings of Mercury align. Follow me.
F-I-M-9-2-C, spinner!
So he can control that too. Shrill cry. I don't understand why, but perhaps the heat threw it off its trajectory.
From Exo to Mesto, memories of the great conversation.
This golem is proving to have formidable intelligence. It understands my techniques and effortlessly responds to my speed.
I'm the strongest there is! That's what Mom says. She told me I can't be killed by anyone, so I'm gonna keep on fighting forever!
Good. At this rate, we'll get swept up in the storm.
It's do or die. I must entrust everything to my enchanted swords, or else...
You must be some kind of idiot thinking you could steal an enchanted sword. But even an idiot wouldn't come for one of mine. If you're looking to die, you've come to the right place. I have business I need to get back to.
Were you following the particle storm?
Huh?
More importantly, how were you able to track the storm's movements? Or is it just a coincidence that we find ourselves here?
Well, look at you. Didn't think you were capable of stimulating conversation. However, it'll have to wait. Looks like the particle storm has found us.
I must stay focused. If I hesitate for a second, I'm dead.
Been a long time, particle storm. What's it been, 18 years now?
Oh, so there are those who know of me in the world beyond the desert? If so, then rejoice! I've come to welcome you.
Now, Vestal Exalt! Finish this however you please!
What's this? Someone dares to put up a resistance? Pathetic. Everything in this world is composed of crude, weak particles. Your only purpose is to entertain me, like sand dancing in the wind.
Monster.
Explain yourself! Why are you barreling toward Ariathia?
One who will soon be obliterated could never understand.
Watch out for the sword, my child! You're within his range!
No, grab him, Mom! Shit! Watch me!
Not happening. Nelseu the Burning Blade, and Lushane the Howling Blade. Kiyazuna the Axle, I've destroyed your prized golem. Now I come for you. Give me the blasting blade.
Like hell I will, you idiot!
No! Don't go near my mom!
Stand down. You're too far away. Fire at me and she might be caught in the blast.
We don't have time for this! The particle storm is coming!
Insects made of meat and metal. Your fleeing is as comical as it is sad.
Get off of my roof, Torwa!
The blasting blade, woman! Unless you prefer death to handing over an enchanted sword!
I would. Following the orders of a witless bastard is worse than dying. Kiyazuna the Axle bows to nobody!
Howling blade! Did that hag deliberately slow down so I'd be forced to take care of the wind? What's she thinking?
Vortex gather and disperse in the abyss. Here's through the dim baskets of rising towers and falling flowers. The netherlands rotate forever.
How?
The deeply fantasy tempered realms of Mercury record a walk-through paintings of fantasies while the signature crystals is grown for 9,000 years.
Axel, what are you?
If only I hadn't been in the way. My child could have tried anything. The X-gas, thermobaric bombs, the works. I didn't expect this clown to interfere. You'll pay, you blocking corpse!
That's it! I've lost my patience!
Huh?
Dodge gear! The frost venom blade! The crystals from this sword will devour all life! Bone, blood, iron, even constructs without hearts! Anything alive will be consumed! Including this vehicle!
Moron!
The blasting blade! Now!
I'd rather burn!
You need me to stop the storm! My howling blade can throw it off course and make an opening! Even if the entity within is well armored, the blasting blade will kill it! Toro the Awful will not fail!
What gives you the right to boss me around?
You put on an impressive performance to your detriment. As you wailed in fear and reverence, I might have been merciful. What a pointless death.
What the hell just happened?
A pillar of iron from the sky.
Impact confirmed.
The coordinates were 11, 18, 362.
Perfect shot, right? What now? Did I kill the whirlwind?
No. It wasn't a direct hit. My visual calculation was off. Shoot again.
You gotta be kidding me. You're useless. Whatever, I'll just keep shooting.
Lay's ready to fire again. What's our mark? We need accurate coordinates.
Hey, short stack.
Huh? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you barely come up to my ankle. Order your men to fix the road to the next town. And make sure you replace the farming tools in the village. All of them.
But I'm with the comms unit.
Then communicate that to your higher-ups. Gonna add more stuff, too, every time I fire. You've got a lot of nerve targeting the Sign Riverstead. Particle Storm.
Okay. You've got this, Corel.
Hey! Listen! The wind's so strong! We should move!
No! I need a close vantage point. My data must be accurate. That thing's actually a worm. It uses force arcs to cloak itself in sand, peering out at its prey from the eye of a raging storm. I should hide myself as well. No. That would just obstruct my vision. I need to see.
Wait! Let me go! I can get a closer look so you don't have to!
Absolutely not! Why throw your life away for nothing?
But... why?
Coordinates. 1127, 355. Another miss! It's no use. Clairvoyance isn't working.
Chain removes the pillar. The light form appears once again.
My poor bat.
Hey, Mom! Look! I'm as good as new!
You converted the crystals using craft arts. That's my clever child. All right. You're going down first, Torwa. My golems will annihilate you.
That won't be necessary. I hold the blasting blade.
What? Damn you!
I have a deep understanding of this sword, and now I'll use it to fulfill the promise I made earlier.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'll kill the particle storm.
No! I came here to make him suffer by my own hand. Mr. Lexall, you kill him!
Yeah! You got it!
Ethan! What have you done? What was that blast?
I have no idea!
Who cares? You're in my way!
Shut up already! Die! Particle storm!
Behold, the power that is worshipped and feared! Fall to your knees and beg me to take pity on you!
You call that power? It's nothing compared to what I have in store. You won't escape me, Particle Storm.
many ways of killing you. Sadly, you're surrounded by thousands of layers of shifting armor. Napalm or other direct attacks would prove to be futile. This seems to be working. A directed energy weapon, even a being as strong as the Great Particle Storm, can't defend against ultra-magnified microwave induction heating. Yeah, see? I can create anything, you big worm! Now taste the vengeance of a parent whose children were slaughtered. Suffer and die. That coward! He ran away!
Please, let's leave now. Yune, time weakens all of us. None of us can escape death. Not even me. Despite that, don't ask me to run away. Believe in my vision, please.
I'm not denying that you can see, Kuro. Your vision's perfect. That's why the attacks didn't hit the storm.
What are you trying to say?
Think hard. Your clairvoyance can see everything, right? So if there's something you can't see, it must be because you don't want to see it. You chose to miss those shots, Kuro.
You're wrong. I was following the plan that way. Could that actually be true? If the plan worked, I'd no longer be useful. Ariatia would kill me. My clairvoyance unconsciously chose not to see the best coordinates, because failing was the best outcome for me. Perhaps my perception is clear. I've just been fighting against a possible future. Jeez, didn't realize I was so dense.
Understand now? Your eyes still work.
Yeah. My world hasn't gone dark after all. I'm still me.
You okay?
I carry a secret wish. The aim of a fool. The truth is, I never wanted to see anybody die. My eyes weren't failing, and now I know why. I have to use them in a different way, to save other people.
Kuro! What are you... No, no, wait! You have to listen to me!
Melee, one more shot. This is it. The final blow.
1360, 628.
He is the one with transcendent perception, who understands the world more completely than any living being. The one who can detect each of his target's 5 senses, and instantly identify the best way to deliver a killing blow. The one with the ability to subconsciously choose the ideal path, the safest route, thanks to his masterful intuition. He is the bearer of clairvoyance, and though he could let his omniscience lead him, he would rather choose his own fate.
You know, this is fine. My wish came true.
Seer, Leprechaun. He is Kuro the Cautious.
Damn it! That was supposed to be my kill! Now I have to hunt them down! Huh? You're on my list too, Torawa the Awful!
No. My business here is done. The blasting blade is mine. I've won.
That's mighty big talk coming from a dead man.
I am immortal. Resurrected from hell to gather swords.
A heartbeat? No, that's a homunculus.
Ariatia
up something too on my radar. Well, then why didn't you mention it before?
He must have been behind the shots that took out the particle storm, facing great danger to protect the village. He should be saved.
Wow, he sounds amazing! Ah, why should I care?
Because he's important. He means so much to me. Please help Kuro. I can't lose him.
I'll carry him.
Huh?
He's this way.
It'll take until nightfall. He'll bleed out before you can get to him.
Good point. You should fix your vehicle.
What? Do you really think I'm gonna go along with this crap?
Don't worry. You'll be rewarded. I'll return the blasting blade.
You're serious?
Mom, wait,
Kiyazuna the Axle vows to nobody. Knock yourself out.
Hey, Mom? Is it, okay if I leave this here?
Hold on. You said you loved the sword before. Why leave it?
'Cause I haven't beat Toro yet. I want it as a prize after I beat Toro up, so I've gotta fight him again!
I see what's happening here. You've finally given yourself a proper goal. You found a worthy opponent you want to put in the ground. You impress me more and more each day, as expected of my pride and joy.
So, it's okay to leave it here? It's an amazing sword!
Don't be stupid. The only reason I didn't hand it over to that brute is because I thought it was my child's favorite toy.
You saved me, but why bother?
Why wouldn't I? You're someone important to me. And I don't care if you're upset, even if you hate me. I'm gonna save you.
Sure, but why am I worthy?
Well, the thing is a homunculus not allowed to fall in love? You know, when we talked, I was honest, but there's more. I'm just saying you should try and lighten up. Kuro, I want to make sure you smile. Lots.
Like this. I can smile thanks to you.
And what of the blasting blade?
Give it to the old kingdom loyalists in Togie.
Thanks to this incident, we have a better grasp on the forces gathering for the Royal Games. The young lady was most helpful.
The games, of course.
No. Impossible. They were just particles. How could they? You.
Please, there's no reason for you to strain yourself. Right, Atrazet.
How do you know my true name? Nobody knows that.
Because once upon a time you told it to me.
What?
It's pointless trying to remember.
I must get to Aradia.
No. In fact, no one will ever know why you were heading there.
Gillen is the battering ram. You are hereby accused of treason. You have senselessly terrorized your own people, and your crusade has cost too many their lives. Furthermore, your plan to employ the particle storm has failed. Your forces you're amassing in Togie City have all been wiped out, and the rest of the Old Kingdom loyalists are soon to follow.
And my punishment for all that is a duel with Ross Clay, huh?
Correct.
Ross Clay, the Absolute. He's considered to be the peak of valor itself and a true knight of honor. Real hero of the people, that one. Fitting he'll be the one to strike me down.
Even now, there are many citizens who still admire you, so consider this a lifeline. This is not a veiled execution, it will be a true duel.
A true duel? You'll follow the traditions of the kingdom. If I win, I get my freedom.
No mock weapons, no restrictions on word art. The totality of your singular power against his. With the totality of your life on the line, of course.
You're sure you're all okay with this arrangement?
This is not a proposal. It's decided. Until the day of the duel, you will be released under surveillance.
Awfully brave of you. You're not worried I'll attack the barracks or the council?
Go ahead. Spurning Her Majesty the Queen's mercy. That's all the justification we need to execute you without a second thought.
The Queen? Why not call her what she is? A usurper who preyed on our nation's unity. Her rulership is a disgrace to the late King Hour!
It is your right to believe that lie. Feel free to fight for it.
He told me to fight for what I believe in. I'll do more than that. While I sharpen my skills, my subordinates will be putting my plan in motion. You're not prepared for what's coming, Third Minister Jelky.
Take this! Die by Ross Clay's sword! That's no fair! I want to be Ross Clay!
Lord Gilness, I heard they set the duel for 2 months from now.
Yeah, this might be the last time I'll have the pleasure of tasting this store's fruits.
Would you believe my son told me today he'll be cheering for Lord Rossclay? I couldn't believe it. He doesn't understand how much you've done for us.
I'll show the people what true justice looks like. And when I do, I hope you and your son are there to see it. Only then will the good men and women who were lost in battle be able to rest in peace. Chorik Jisuya the Blasting Blade. At last you return to me. Professor Romzo.
Ah, hello, Gilness.
Romzo the Star Map. A veteran of the First Party.
There you go.
Of the 7 invincible champions who first faced the true Demon King, only 2 returned alive. Left the Nirvana, and this man right here. If it all goes to plan, we'll be making our move during the duel. From the audience, they should be in range. I'm asking you to protect our soldiers, Professor Romzo.
An easy enough task. But that's not all you're here for, is it?
It's not. I'd like your dwelling might technique.
Rossclay the Absolute is a formidable opponent. Absolute in every way possible.
Which is why I'm making this request.
General Gilness, I stand in awe. Your acts of bravery are legendary. I consider it a great honor to be facing you.
The honor is mine, Rossclay. I'm grateful for this chance at vindication. Now let us fight as equals. He'll never land a blow. Not as I am now. This is dwelling might.
I freed your body of physical limitations. Now maneuvering yourself with instantaneous speed and precision will be easy.
Chorik Jisuya the Blasting Blade. Incredible. I barely used 100 units of my strength. What was that?
That sword of yours. It's enchanted.
Don't even think about halting the fight. I'll run my blade through your throat before you can even get the words out of your mouth! Impossible! Simultaneous activation of different word arts?
I think this places us back at square one, wouldn't you say? Let us begin again. This time with all our power.
Rosclay, I don't know what you are, but I'll beat you, do you hear me?
It's the speed. Contact with the body through slash velocity. That's what triggers the blast. Now I see how you're able to sheath it. If a mere touch was enough to trigger blast activation, then I wouldn't be able to place my hand on the blade like this, now would I?
This is it. Now's the time. When the arrows hit me, it will appear that Rosclay is using underhanded methods, calling the match into question. That will be the signal for my 100 loyalists in the audience to incite a riot. What's wrong? Why aren't they firing?
Still nimble as always, General Gilness.
Left fingers. Descend of the clouds.
This need not be your end, General Gilness. If you wish to surrender, I shall accept.
What are you?
General, there's something I wish to show you.
This is Rosclay's true nature. This is the hero the people have placed their faith in.
Citizens, it pains me to say, General Gilness has rejected my mercy. It is with a heavy heart that I've ended his life. Still, he held firm to his belief and embraced a martyr's death. And for that, let us celebrate his great courage. May his sacrifice be a stepping stone towards unity. The battle you have all witnessed was an exemplary true duel. And in the coming games, I vow to bring all this and more, to defeat any who oppose me, in the name of the good people of this city!
It all went as planned. Rumzo. It was easy.
Really, putting 100 people to sleep is child's play, I assure you. So that's it then? Gilness is dead?
Yes, unfortunately.
It's a shame. I quite liked him. But a job is still a job. And when you're the coward who lost to the Demon King, you take what you can get.
Also, thank you for giving him dwelling mind.
I have to ask, what did you stand to gain by making your enemy stronger?
I needed to feel it. You know I'm likely to be the weakest person at the Royal Games. How I prepare is crucial. Going in with any amount of experience fighting stronger opponents could mean the difference between life and death.
How earnest you are.
You praise me too much.
Well, suppose I'll be taking my leave.
Travel well, Rumzo. Until our paths cross again.
Oh, good. We've been waiting for you. Iska, hurry! Are you still up?
It's fine. If she's asleep, then we don't want to wake her.
You are very late, Mr. Second General. But it's okay. I'm awake.
Iska. First, my apologies. I fought a disgraceful duel today in front of the people.
Is that so? You were fighting recklessly again, weren't you? What am I going to do with you, Rosclay?
That's why I thought. Better that I give you this sooner rather than later.
What's this?
I bought it at the market.
Oh.
I haven't really given you a proper gift before, so I figured...
No, thanks. I hear that in the distant world, giving a ring like this is a symbol of engagement.
That's fine, isn't it? Won't you just accept it for my sake?
I mean it. I don't want anything that will remain when I'm gone. You being a champion is already too great a gift for a simple village girl like me. You know that, right?
Am I a champion?
Oh, goodness. You're in such low spirits tonight. Was it the duel?
General Gilness was a true hero. More valorous than I'll ever be. More intelligent, too. And thanks to me, he died like an animal. My sword is all I am.
Yes, that's right.
The truth is, I want to fight properly.
I know you do. That dummy. After everything I said, he still ended up leaving it here. You know this is going to outlast me. Oh, Rosclay.
He is the one who stands at the very pinnacle of human ambition, having mastered the way of the sword like no other. The one who possesses the power of ingenuity, who can determine a battle's outcome before it's even begun through scheming and subterfuge. He has laid claim to the love of an entire nation, wielding every boon imaginable to turn victory into a foregone conclusion. He is an artificial champion, a false idol, entrusted with all the power and resources afforded to the world's most adept social engineer. Knight, Minia, he is Rosclay the Absolute.
Kiazuna the Axle spotted. Repeat! We've encountered the self-proclaimed Demon King. Need backup.
Idiots. Sure like the sound of their own voices, huh?
I can get rid of them if they're bugging you, Mom.
You're very sweet, but no. Not yet, anyway.
What is the meaning of this? Disband this ridiculous encirclement.
Sir?
Master Lexel is going to be a hero. He's a candidate for the Royal Games. Mom says I'm gonna be a hero!
You should see your faces. Kiazuna the Axle is joining up with Ariacia, baby.
You're awake.
Where's Cune?
Been worried to death about you, that one. She really adores you.
There's no reason to adore me. If anything. Hey, Toroi the Awful. You came back from hell, didn't you?
Yes.
Did Homunculi eventually die too? What do I do? I don't know how to repay her. She wants for nothing, and does so much for me.
Just spend time with her. Talk to her. Create memories. Sometimes simple things are enough. As long as the heart has a sanctuary, one can keep moving forward in the face of anything.
I had just wanted to use Cune. Told myself I needed a reason to keep her by my side.
Do you still feel that way? If so, then perhaps Cune is no longer of any value to you.
That's not it. Why do I still want us to be together? Doesn't make sense.
What you're feeling right now is Cune's reason also. Looks like you don't need me to look after you anymore. I'm sure we'll meet soon again.
Thank you, Toro the Awful. Take care of yourself, okay?
Remember who you're talking to. Clairvoyance, was it? Kuro's power is quite something. Have you given thought to why he protected you on that battlefield? Why he put his life at risk for you?
I have. It's because I was being selfish.
No. He may not have realized it at the time, but he was choosing a future for himself. If you hadn't been there with him, there would have been nobody to come ask us for help. Because of you, Kuro is alive right now.
Wait, alive? You mean...
He just woke up.
Is it true you gotta shoot your bow? That's so cool! So it's more than just for show! Hey, say something!
You're being too loud. Whether I shoot an arrow or cut a fart, it's none of your business. Now let me sleep.
Hey, Ray! What did you shoot anyway?
Nothing worth talking about, really.
Malay, for you! For you!
Oh? What is this? This thing is way too sharp to eat.
That's not food, it's a sword! Malay, you'll eat anything!
I know what it is. Who do you think I am, huh?
Hey you! Are you Toro with the awful? It is you! Did you really lose the luminous blade? People are saying that Alice the Star Runner took it.
Who are you? What's your name?
I'm the iron-piercing plume shade. You can call me Mizial. Would you believe I'm the 22nd General?
So you were the one at that ravine.
And I'm here to recruit you.
What?
I'll sponsor your bid if you're interested. I may even be able to get you a fight with the Star Runner.
I am Toroa the Awful, the enchanted sword slayer. Why would you choose someone like me?
Because it's fun? A legendary ghost returned from the depths of hell? That is crazy cool!
You would have me enter these games for such a trivial reason?
Look, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to tell me twice. Of course, if you change your mind, come and find me. I'm set on backing you, so consider it a standing offer.
No. I won't be used by anyone.
The particle storm has vanished. There's a high probability he's dead. It's unlikely there will be question regarding the operation, or what we were able to glean from it.
Right. Without provoking Malay into action, we would have never discovered just what he was capable of.
Yes, however, we were not the only party to use the storm as an opportunity. There were other eyes watching.
The gray-haired child, I assume.
Indeed. He is removing obstacles, perhaps in a ploy to accelerate the start of the Royal Games.
And if I'm not mistaken, the faction he's currently associated with is the Free City of Okahu.
It's cold. Feels like I'll freeze solid. Didn't expect it to be this bad. Won't stop me, though. Ross Clay wouldn't be whining about a little snow. A real fight's ahead. Right, General?
Look, I have no intention of trying to fight Luknoka the Winter. I just want you to guide me to her. Besides, do you honestly think you stand a chance?
Of course. By the way, do you know what kind of General Ross Clay is? You ever have the honor of crossing swords with him?
Ross Clay, he's...
I bet he's faster than lightning, cleaving through enemies with one strike. Armor be damned!
How can he speak so confidently about Ross Clay's abilities if he's never seen him fight before? If Alice is entering the Royal Games as a hero candidate, I fear only one being can beat him. Luknoka the Winter. In fact, I cannot fathom who would be her equal. 300 years back, this was a tropical climate. It was Luknoka who changed that. And look at it now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wonder, how would you avoid her claws in a fight?
I've got a solid plan. You see, I've perfected a technique that'll parry them at a safe angle.
Have you now? What about her breath?
My secret weapon. Fighting spirit.
You're kidding.
Not at all. Through it, everything is possible. Bet that's Rosclay's mindset, too. Dragon's good as dead.
Am I being just as reckless as this braggart by journeying here? Defeated by Vickion the Smoldering, unable to protect Kurt of the Fair Skies? Is this desperation? Huh? Wait. Rex, stop!
You're not convinced. But wait till you see me fight. You'll eat your words.
You idiot. Look up!
Good! Finally! Luknoka the Winter! My name is Lagrex the Butchering Landslide! I came here today to defeat you and claim the title of champion! Fight me!
Greetings, traveler. You obviously know who I am.
You are welcome here. My apologies, for I can afford you so little hospitality.
Huh? Is she toying around with us?
Not at all. I haven't seen minions in ages. Have you brought news of the outside world?
Something like that. Look of the Winter! Won't you show this man how strong you are? Why do you hesitate? Don't tell me you fear a minion! Would you go down in history as the coward who ignored a gauntlet cast before you? Is that your wish?
That wouldn't bother me.
What?
If you'd like to boast about slaying a senile old woman, then please do. No one will ever know. Claim your victory. Well done, Lagrex the Butchering Landslide. Oh, dear. I offered you both victory and honor. What more could you want from me?
Stop this! Take what she's offered! You'll be known as Lagrex, the Dragon Slayer!
That's not good enough! Would you be satisfied living a lie, General? You underestimate me! Do you think I am nothing but talk?
No, that's not...
When I said I could defeat a dragon with this sword, I meant it. Ever since I was a boy, all I've dreamed of day and night was claiming a dragon's head! That's why 4 years ago, when I heard tell of Rosklay's bravery, I knew that the man I've become would finally attain that boy's dream!
No. You don't know the truth of the matter.
General, I give you my thanks. No one else believed in me. Who but you would have journeyed with me this far?
Think about this!
Ah, now I see. Your heart cannot know peace until you prove that you can kill me. I can't do anything to remedy that, except... Dear me.
General, those claws are sharp. But still I breathe. I'm not done.
You see, I've perfected a technique that'll parry them at a safe angle.
Luknoka the Winter! Now I see. It's as plain as day. I know what it is that you fear.
You are mistaken. Fear? What do I have to be afraid of?
The truth is, you've lost hope, haven't you? That's right. I see it in your eyes. How many brave fighters have challenged you, only to be struck down in an instant? You're too strong to be beaten. People spend their whole lives preparing to fight you, and in one fell swoop, they die a fool's death. Am I wrong?
You think you can pierce my armored scales with that tiny spear? Even a child could see how badly I outmatch you. Don't even try.
Hold your tongue, dragon. When I've bested you, you'll realize how wrong you are!
Surely you realize you have no hope of defeating me. You're about to forfeit your life. Lower your staff.
No, you are what I've dreamt of for all my many years. How can this pitiful elf turn away and run from the goal he's suffered toward his entire life?
This is a useless endeavor. Won't you grant this wise old woman a simple wish? Do not throw your life away in a moment of passion.
My mother and father gave me this body, and it will be the end of you. I am the strongest person in this land. Now let me prove it!
In the distant world, the climate changes in a more dramatic fashion than it does here. 'Tis said that once a year, everything falls silent there. The air chills, and the world dies. It is a season of death. They call it winter.
Your heart is not unlike this terrain. It is home to a terrible storm.
Yes, that may be the case.
Orietia, go there. The champions of this world are gathering in her streets as we speak. And there's more. You know of the many labyrinths that have existed in your lifetime. But did you know 12 have been conquered by a wyvern? The same wyvern who killed Toroa the Awful and took the Luminous Blade, who then used that enchanted sword to kill Vikion the Smoldering. This creature still flies free. Do you know his name?
Interesting. In my many years, I don't suppose I've met someone like you.
Well then, know me now. I am the 6th General, and my name is Hargant the Still!
All right, Hargant. I will be sure to remember who you are, as I remember the courageous champion Lagrex.
Lagrex!
For your courage, I'll grant you safe passage home. After that, I'll fly to this place. Who is this wyvern you speak of?
Alice the Star Runner.
Ah, Alice. And he's strong.
The strongest.
She is the one who has been considered the most powerful, even among godlike beings, for centuries on end. The one who possesses the breath of annihilation, which can destroy all life in an instant and change the climate forever. Throughout recorded history, she is the only known wielder of ice word arts in this world. She is who no one fights, for none can weather the desolation of her presence. Silencer, Dragon. She is Luknoka the Winter.
And after that, she brought back 7 tomes from the Sand Labyrinth, a storehouse for books from the distant world. Then she used what she learned to rise in status and become a noblewoman. Apparently, there's a name for places full of texts like that. It's called a library. If anyone was ever able to decipher those books, the library would be worth more than a kingdom of riches. Problem is, a group of Lycans called the Zeph Tribe are keeping anyone from exploring the area and finding it. I've heard they're savage warriors. That's why this merchant convoy was formed.
Hey, do you ever shut your damn mouth?
Oh, I got carried away. Sorry.
We finally got ourselves a big catch.
Wow, there's so many of them!
Calm down, Canute. It's time I test the Shallow Steppers' training. I'll do this alone.
What? All by yourself, boss?
Don't think I can.
Of course! Take them out! I'll be your witness! What's going on? What?
Far outmatch yours. We are the children trained by Nef the Nirvana, a warrior of the first party.
The first? That must mean...
That was incredible! You're the strongest there is, boss! How?
See if they were carrying anything good.
One day, I want to be just like you, boss!
Don't hold your breath. It would take you a lifetime to reach my level.
What did everyone get up to while we were gone? No, what happened? The guard beast is dead?
Can you speak? What's going on?
That monster. It was no normal creature, I swear.
Lana Dagger. A visitor.
That's right. But it's right under our noses. Close. It was living in the labyrinth.
There! Up on the roof!
Indeed.
Did that ooze just talk?
I'm Cyanop. If you ask around, I'm certain some will recognize that name.
Why bother? You will wet the blade of Hang the Shallow Stepper! Are you okay, boss? The ligaments in my knee.
You shifted your center of gravity. I could tell from your stance. You planned to feint with your blade while swiping with your left claw. Is my assessment correct?
That's impossible.
Enough! The match has been decided. What a shame. Such rudeness. You act like a ruffian. It's been a while, Cyanop.
21 years, to be exact. Neft the Nirvana.
Well, I haven't been counting them. But my body reflects the passage of time.
You were in the first party, the would-be heroes who stood against the true Demon King.
Speak. Why have you come?
Face me, here and now. Your low kick is a feint. The axe as you spin is the attack. A double strike. Well, was my assessment correct? That decrepit body won't do. Show me your power.
You fool. If you're hoping that the years have weakened me, you're in for a surprise. To Neff's heartbeat, that smoke returns cold droplets pale in the universal path. Faster, circulate. Is that? As you wish. For a count of 850, I will once again be Neff the Nirvana you knew long ago.
Within that span, I'll kill you 5 times!
The immortal do not die! Twinas's Island! Circulate. I don't know that technique, so this is how you've spent your days attempting to expand your power.
Yes, I've passed the season's training in the Sand Labyrinth. There's so much to learn. The first book took me 2 years to study. And now I know everything!
Admirable dedication. Iron up!
I'm stronger than you! Cold strike!
Circulate!
He has no footwork to watch. It's impossible to gauge his range or predict his attacks.
Magnificent. Nothing but a sidekick before, but look at you now.
You'll throw your left axe, then land a kick as I deflect it.
That is an accurate assessment!
Sign up, circulate. Explain. Why did you leave me behind?
It was the only smart choice. Must you make me repeat the warning I gave you on that day? Cyanop, you could never stand against the true Demon King. You may be impressive for your kind, abnormally strong and articulate, but you're still just a fragile ooze.
No, you're wrong about me. You always were. I could have won then, or now. If I'd been at your side, we would have been victorious.
Don't be stupid! God of tribulation!
I have told you before, Death!
Does he have me?
I'm Death! Pounding fluid strike!
Circulate!
Foundation pull!
Circulate!
Spiral hand blade!
Circulate!
Chained leg! 13 steps! I have now fulfilled my promise. Do you remember? I swore that one day I would catch up to all of you.
Magnificent.
I heard that someone else finished the job. I'd so wanted to leave the Sand Sea and end the true Demon King myself. What will I do with the regret that festers in me?
Ariatia.
Hmm?
马达顿，要睡觉的这会儿可以回了，感谢各位。马达顿开组来的打1。你要和朋友打英雄联盟啊？能去？找我帮做那个白金圆盘。哎，能共享吗？那个？不对，它有东西的，白金圆盘有东西呢。那拜拜。
马拉顿不好搞吧？
马拉顿呢？打个前门吧。路上有怪啊！你做完那个奥达曼交完那个光盘，交了光盘以后拿了包，你等级够了，他还让你去奥丹姆门口，还不能全通了吧？应该是能全通。能全通了。来，跟我走。
见您指引了。
你们走就行，别回头。啊，对，前面还有怪，我先拉。
马拉顿必须全通了。
那经过怪旁边的，我操，他还活着呢！别跑，你别跑！
有法杖没有？
跟我聊聊吧。
哎。啊，不跟他对话也行是吧？啊，什么法杖？法师拿上了，牧师也拿上了。那人手一个，那背后那个一个小光球，跟随。
居然没撒网！
我看啊，7个巨蛋，你是不是也有这任务啊？巨蛋，放肉大餐啊，你的做完了是吗？我还差5个。啊，但80级的，也不知道是70还是80，佐尔法勒克的怪就会驱散坐骑了。撒网好像没见过。
装天赋有戏了。
双天赋，我有双天赋。
传送地沟瀑布的。
那我有双天赋，我双天赋已经学了，这现在钱留着没啥用了。我刚才学技能花了20斤，学的没啥用的技能，什么猛击、撕裂啊、惩戒痛击，一点用没有的东西，都学上了。学完发现花20斤。再升级不学的。那这边的怪全变土狼了，一个鸟没有啊，这儿有一个。我还说打几个巨蛋呢。
现在就是提升专业技能了。
专业技能啊，专业技能现在没法提升，干到275，学假人，高级假人。
钱没用了。
高级假人，我看啊，275，现在看不着了。 东泉谷有卖的，硬甲皮，它倒是好，2个硬甲皮就能做。但是你钓鱼获取硬甲皮的话太费劲，你还得是那什么练剥皮。到了50级，你到了50级，后期的炸弹其实也没多大用，伤害提高不了多少。然后材料还挺贵，你就还是铁矿，铁矿就够用。你就是把采矿洗了，学剥皮，然后剥皮呢一直练到剥这个重皮，然后呢剥硬甲皮，你就练就行了。剥重皮，剥硬甲皮，开箱子几率不如钓鱼呢，真不如钓鱼，开箱子不如钓鱼，因为箱子很多人都能跟你拿。那钓鱼的话，你大清早去钓去，有很多。
满级后要洗成炼金布。
洗炼金啊，但是战士打本用个假人，可以更好的把握节奏。我估计假人就陪我终身了就。假人的矿呢？我采购皮，我还得再洗回来，我还得再洗成采矿。我采硬甲皮，我就整上一大背包硬甲皮。哎，这假人实现假人自由。你这来哪儿了？这隔壁那个山沟。哎，这还有条路呢。没怪这，你一个人就能做。你躲着点怪，那怪都不打你。来，我先去。
马拉顿吗？
这有个巡逻的，稍等一会儿。
奥金府
啊，那奥金府，你这买呗。你也是自强是不是？自强那没招。来，我往这一站，我看谁敢过来。你开吧，你人呢？这儿，我这儿。他采花去了。路边的野花，你不要采，采不了是吧？不采败不采。莫甘农的10卫兵。马拉顿呢？完事儿是吧？走。哎，我看我打没打着蛋呢？没有。一整个左耳没出一个那个机器蛋，出的话咱俩顺道给他做了去。这干啥呢？联盟的人。哎，那这有啥呢？铁路堡矮人的觉醒。没打着。
不好的。
昨天扔了，这今天没了。紫莲花，那是紫莲花，不是黑莲花。你再多放一放，多放2天，可能就黑了。这个一个人做还是有一定危险。岩棚48，我天哪，48、49级啊！你回了吗？你回了，我操，这怪有点危险。那打我倒是不疼。但他应该是会火球吧？ 护送任务一般情况下一个人都有点危险。我改个自由啊。它叫岩棚，但是不会火球吗？就干咬。那不会火球那好打了，就怕打断卫兵众。那个子倒是挺大。啊，扔的哎啊，吧。那是好打了，你回吧。这是不是算？这是不是算最大的鸟了？等级最高的了吧？这是。
会献祭。
啊，他会献祭啊！打好几个他不动呢。
我没法再携带更多。
打好几个他没读条也不读。会献祭。啊，费伍德也有这种鸟吗？费伍德那不是猫头鹰吗？最大的鸟在你胯下，你骑的什么鸟？啊，来了，献祭，瞬发献祭。不出了，我看几个了，9个，差2个，你回吧，你回吧，我再打随便打2个就够了。你先回，我这儿打2个，然后把包整理一下，咱们就能出发了。护送啊，护送我看看啊，护送在右下角呢。